Terry Deems. Terry is a 1955 graduate of Tuscarawas High School. He excelled in basketball, being chosen to the Tuscarawas County League as the Tuscarawas County League MVP during the 1954-55 season. His senior year, Terry made the Tuscarawas County Coaches All-Tournament team, averaging 30.7 points per game. He played for Hall of Fame coach Ray Mears at Wittenberg University, where he led the Tigers in rebounding all 4 years with a career-leading 1,459 rebounds. Terry scored 1,673 career points, placing him fourth on Wittenberg's all-time scoring list, and he averaged 19.9 points a game and 17.8 rebounds per game during his 4-year career at Wittenberg University. He continues to be first in career free throw attempts at Wittenberg with 714. He was voted the Ohio Athletic Conference MVP his junior and senior years, earned Associated Press Little All-American honorable mention his senior year, played semi-professional for the Goodyear Wingfoots, earned his master's degree from the University of Akron. Accepting the honor on behalf of Terry Deems is his longtime friend and Tuscarawas County Sports Hall of Fame inductee, Coach Eldon Miller. Please welcome into the Tuscarawas County Sports Hall of Fame, Terry Deems.
To say that it's an honor to represent Terry Deems is a bit of an understatement. You can read his statistics. I'm going to tell you some other stories. 1956, 70 years ago, I got a call from Terry at this time of year. He said, "Eldon, Sunday afternoon, we got to play basketball at Strasburg High School." Strasburg High School, summertime. Terry and I had competed against one another, although to say competed when he was a junior and senior at Tuscarawas is a bit of a stretch. He was a dominant player. So we go to Strasburg High School. Walking into the gym are two of the tallest guys I've ever seen. Anthony Wilcox, John Holm, they were both 6'8". Along with them was a wavy-haired young guy who was intense by the name of Ray Mears. From that day forward, after that day, Terry Deems and I were pretty close friends, and we always will be. I want to thank, on behalf of him, the Tuscarawas County Hall of Fame for this magical moment in his life. He loved the competition of the Tuscarawas County A Basketball League. He loved the tournaments of Memorial High, Memorial Hall in Dover, Ohio. Those of us who were part of that understand where we gained the passion we have for the game of basketball. It was an absolutely wonderful atmosphere where 10 county schools were going at it tooth and nail in that county tournament. A little bit about Terry. After he was before his first year, when Coach Mears wanted to watch him play in the summertime, he watched me play. And Coach Mears came up to me that day and he said, "I want you to apply to Wittenberg." And that started a relationship there that's unbelievable. It was a great relationship. There are a lot of people here tonight who've been very important in my life. First and foremost, my wife came with me to honor Terry. My wife Dee's over here, but Larry Huggins is here. Scott Ebert, one of my managers from Ohio State, is here. And when John Colombo Jr. got up here to speak, I remember vividly games against Midvale where I was trying to guard John Colombo Sr., who was a great player for Midvale. About Terry. Terry is a lot more than a great athlete. He's a great human being. He's a very strong man and a great American. His teammates nicknamed him the Tractor. And our point guard and I were pretty close. A guy named Tony Bedova, who was a point guard before my senior year, he says, "Eldon, we got to get the Tractor started." If you look at the statistics, I'm going to point one out to you. averaging 17.8 rebounds a game for 4 years. The leading rebounder in college basketball this year, where the game is much, much faster, averaged 11.6 rebounds per game. Only one person could match. It was Charlie Slack, played at Marshall. I tried to describe Terry as very unique, but had an unbelievable. He wasn't about statistics. All Terry wanted to do was compete and try to win. That's all he wanted to do. Whatever he had to do to make that happen, he was going to do it. He was a tremendous competitor, to say the least. I asked Terry yesterday, I spent an hour with him. Mentally, he is sharp, much sharper than many of our politicians. Physically, it's a challenge for Terry today. But his spirit, his competitiveness has not changed. I asked him yesterday, I said, tell me about Wittenberg. He said, Eldon, it's about Coach Mears. He says, Coach Mears was the reason I was so successful. He said, and it was about my teammates. And he said, you know, we won all those games. But he said, it's bigger than that, Coach. It's about relationships. He talked about teammates. And I said, well, after you won all those honors, he was the High Conference Player of the Year 2 times. We won the league, Coach Mears' first championship of many, and he was a dominant force. I said, well, afterward, you went to Goodyear and you played for the Wingfoots. And his team was just inducted into the Ohio Basketball Hall of Fame. And Terry was a member. He said, well, we talk about a lot of stories with the Wingfoots, but I'll tell you one. We were called by the State Department to tour Asia on a goodwill tour. And he said we traveled all over. Most of the teams couldn't play with us. And we got to the Philippines. The president of the Philippines had us to his house. We're taking pictures with everybody. And the president was talking about how good their team was. He said their team played very well in Olympic Games. And he said, of course, they're thinking we got USA in our uniforms. They think they're playing our Olympic team. They played in front of the largest crowd in basketball at that time in the world, 20,000 people in the Philippines, and beat the Philippine national team by 8 points. They had a huge celebration afterward, but she said the president of the Philippines didn't show up. But he toured the world with the Wingfoots and had a great experience. Personally, career-wise, he worked for Akron Goodyear for 41 years. Terry Deems was a very intelligent, very personable, very caring human being. And he represented Goodyear worldwide, particularly in Southeast Asia and Europe. But he never forgot, and he never will forget, growing up and competing in Tuscarawas County. He wanted me to say congratulations to everyone who's honored, and to particularly thank the Tuscarawas County Hall of Fame for bringing recognition to those of us who were fortunate enough to be a part of athletic competition in this county. Thank you.